Hi guys, welcome to another block spotlight. It's kind of a block spotlight, but it isn't because, as you can see, I have no block here. What it is, it's just an extension of the Apiary spotlights that you may have seen, and this is focusing on the frames that are available to go in them and what they do. So let's just take a look at the various frames. I've got them all lined up on my hotbar at the moment. So if we have a look from left to right, and we'll see what they all do. Okay, you have an untreated frame. This is added by Forestry, and this is basically increases the production rate of your apiary and the speed of your apiary by 20%, I think. So the original apiary runs at 10% of the speed of the original apiary, 10% of the speed of an alveary, and an untreated frame will increase that speed by 20%, and it will increase your output by 20%. So for every frame, every untreated frame you have in there, your production is going to be increased by 20%. And obviously there's 3 slots. Now the next one along is the impregnated frame, and that does exactly the same as an untreated frame. The difference being is that it lasts longer. And following on from that, you have the proven frame, which will last longer again. So all 3 of these frames do roughly the same thing, except they last longer the more difficult they get. Now the proven frame doesn't have a crafting recipe. The only way you're going to get the proven frame is by trading with villagers. The other 2 can be made, however, and those 3 frames, those first 3, they are the default forestry frames. So let's have a look at those. We've got them set up here in these 2 tables. The untreated frame is just 8 sticks around a piece of string, and the impregnated frame is 8 impregnated sticks around a string. Now the impregnated sticks you make with 2 pieces of oak wood in a carpenter with seed oil in it, which is very important. The carpenter as a machine, which you may know by watching my spotlights, does require buildcraft energy, which will be any engine other than a redstone, and I'm just going to use a redstone energy cell here to replicate that. And as you can see, we're going to get some sticks out, or some impregnated sticks. So that is how the recipe works in the carpenter. To give you your 2 base forestry frames. So with those covered, let's have a look at some of the more interesting ones that Extra Bees adds. Now, to start off with, we've got the chocolate frame, and that's an impregnated frame with 4 cocoa beans around it. Now, what the chocolate frame will do is it will increase the production rate specifically of your bees. So you're going to get a lot more honeycombs out of your bees with a chocolate frame in there. Now, next one along, we have an impregnated frame with iron bars. Now this will reduce the range at which the bees are working at. So if you've got any nasty effects, anything like that, the area affected by your bees is going to be much smaller if you use a restraint frame. So there's that one, impregnated frame with an iron bar, and that's a shapeless recipe, so you can put that iron bar wherever you like, doesn't really matter. So there's that one. The next one along, we have a healing frame. Now what this one will do is it will make your bees last a lot longer. What it will also do though is it will reduce the output of them. So your bees are going to live longer and they're going to produce less with this frame. And that is just 4 blobs of clay around an impregnated frame. Then I say finally, it's not quite finally, but we have the soul frame. Now the soul frame is going to increase the mutation chance of any bees you're doing there. So if you're crossbreeding and doing a lot of crossbreeding, you probably want to be trying to use soul frames in there just to give you the best chance to get the mutations you're looking for. and that is simply a sole frame and an impregnated frame. Now the final one here, the Nova frame, which you may see in any eye. The Nova frame is a special case. This is almost a test-in frame, and what it will do is it will very quickly kill your bees off. So particularly useful if you're going to be doing things like spotlights, demonstrations, or I think Binny added it just so that there was a way to test the mutations. So not something you're going to get. It's a creative only item, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. But there you go, guys. There's the rest of the frames. Hopefully that will shed a bit of light on what they're all used for, so that you can get the most. Certainly some of the extra B frames are going to be a lot more useful than the base frames, perhaps. But as you can see, each frame of the base ones you add is going to increase your output by 20%. So you always want to be trying to have frames in your apiaries. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you've learned something. Hope you'll make good use of these frames, and I will see you next time.